Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I am going to make some interesting gift tags. Now, this project was inspired by a reel that I saw. I really only saw 2 seconds. I do not have who I saw do it, but they made transparent. I don't even know if they were tags, but that's what gave me the idea. I'm like, I have a laminator. I wanted to give this a try. Now, they had glitter and stuff all fused in there. And I don't own glitter. I don't have glitter at home. So I'm just going to make do with what I have. And I decided for Christmas, I was going to do gift tags with the person's face on it that the gift is for. That's how they know it's theirs. And they'll just know it's from me because it's different. And I showed it to my sister because I got all the presents wrapped and the tags are on them and they're under the tree. And I showed it to my sister and she's like, that's or did she say interesting? I don't know. It was one of those words, you know? So I just took pictures that I had on my camera and stole a couple from Facebook and just printed them on my inkjet printer. And the idea was to make 2 copies, punch it with a circle punch, glue them together so that either side would look the same-ish. Some of the pictures ended up being a little bit big for my, I think that might be a 1-inch punch or just 1.5 inch. No, 1 inch. I'm thinking I need a 1.5 inch. I did have to use my larger punch on a couple of heads that were a little bit bigger. But the prints, the background wasn't all that great. So I manipulate those and you'll see they aren't circles. So I'm just going through and gluing those all together. So that there were 2 that I didn't have current age photos. That's one of them. He looks really young there. He's in his 20s now. And I pulled out my doodle ephemera. Is that what it's called? Anyways, I think I have a video on my doodling thing. That's another inspired by. I've been seeing people do that on YouTube, and since I don't have a die cutting machine, or didn't have at the time of this, I got one for free from a neighbor. I'm so excited. I gotta buy some dies for it though. But anyways, at the time, didn't have any of that stuff. So I just used painty papers, doodled plants, mushrooms, butterflies onto some papers, cut them out. And I'm using some ticket stub looking things that I got off Temu a long time ago. And just layering them up. Just adding some interest. And the backs and fronts are not all done. So once I decide where it's going, I'm just adding some color with colored pencils to, make that back side look as interesting as the front side. And on this one, this was my first one. So when I put her head on that ticket stub, I wasn't thinking about what the back looked like. I improve after this. So I do have it kind of in her face, or covering her mouth a little bit on the other side, but it's okay. Yeah, so how is everyone today? Are you ready for Christmas? It's coming. It's coming. How's your weather? It's quite cold here. We did have a little bit of snow in the mountains. Haven't really seen it. Well, we have a little bit of frosted grass in the front yard. That's south facing, so it doesn't get as much sun. So it's a little frosty there, but otherwise, yeah, just cold. No snow yet. I mean, I don't like driving in it, but snow is good for the water level, right? So this one, that is my friend, and she likes red, so I picked these red leaves to be the decoration on hers. And I just showed you a couple of these. I'm not going to show me making all of them, but you get the idea, I think. I've got to redo my camera setup. I got it really close for a project I was doing a lot of that. They were small projects, and this one's small too, but it's really close to the table, so there's not a huge depth of field. So anytime I lift something off the table, it's blurry. I apologize for that. It's just, I'm using a digital SLR camera, and it only has one focal plane. Depending on the exposure and the distance, you can get a little bit of leeway in the focus, but not much. I need to invest in a good camera for filming. I know a lot of people use their phone. I guess I could do that and maybe record directly to my laptop, because there's not enough space on my phone. It's been telling me forever that it's full up. And it's a newer phone, so, I just fill it up. And yeah, so this one, I'm just coloring in the back, and I'll just replicate what I did on the front on the back. And this paper is really smooth, so it's not taking the color very well. This is a Prismacolor colored pencil, and my Prismacolor pencils are pretty old. Some are from college, and some are a little bit more recent if I needed a particular color. And you can tell by the little white around them, I bought them by the pencil. I think I bought a kit at one point, like my college days, but yeah. Good color pencil set. Will last you a while. Indigo blue doesn't, though. Man, I go through that. I used to go through that like crazy. I don't as much anymore. Now, the back of this one had writing, because it was obviously a scrap piece of paper, had some color on it. So I'm trying the metallics, watercolors, thinking that would cover it up. And from my angle where I'm sitting, all I see is the reflection, so the metallic shimmer. So I can't actually see that the strokes, they look all muddled. And I'm not noticing that. I notice it later. And again, it's really hard to hold on to those small objects. And then it's the metallic. It's not wet. It's dry now. But it's metallic, so it's hard to write over. My pen doesn't want to write on there. I need... A paint pen would have been good, but I didn't want anything too thick, Maybe a ballpoint might have been better. There's where I'm noticing it's kind of questionable looking. Oh, I'm pulling out a different pen, hoping it will write a little bit better, and it does. But I pull out the watercolors again and give it another coat because I want to cover up. I didn't like the unevenness of it. And you know, from the straight above, you can really tell it's just kind of mottled looking. I wanted it more solid. We'll just leave the white edge around it, make it interesting. Completely different from the other side, but hey, it's all good. See, so after that first one, I started gluing to the front of the photo. That way I knew where it was going to land. And I wouldn't cover up like the mouth or something like that. And again, just adding bits and pieces, really. Just anything to make it look interesting. And I'm not going crazy with the glue, but I am tacking it everywhere because I plan on laminating them, so I didn't think I needed too much glue. Just enough to hold everything in place. I had that mushroom out to go with it, but I decided a smaller one would be better, so I grabbed this one instead. That other one kind of overwhelmed everything else. And then I'm going to color the plain paper side that's showing on this side, so that it has a more finished look on both sides. Trying to decide where that one should go. Decided it was too long. I'm going to snip off a little bit. Trying to decide if I wanted that on there or not. I decided no, I didn't need it. But I wanted something on that ticket. And I have these little stickers. It's like a whole sheet, so they don't peel off individually. It's kind of like pet tape, right? Which I've never tried, but so I'm just cutting out a piece. I think it's a lamp, an oil lamp. Just thought I would just add that to the ticket. Why not? And I found a little sun, and we'll just stick it on that side. Make it interesting on both sides. All right. So here they are, all the different ones I put together. And that one's me. I put a crown on my head. That was my trial. That was my practice. It was going to be my practice laminating to make sure it survived laminating. But I didn't want to waste a whole sheet of lamination paper, so I just laminated them and said, what the heck? You can see me flipping them over so you can see that they're interesting on both sides. Got my laminator heated up. Is that how you say that? And I'm just spacing these. I want to make them tags, so I've got to give them enough space above. And I don't want them too close to each other, so I end up doing 8 on a page. There we go. Decided I needed a piece of paper to support it so they don't go floppy on me. I'm just going to stick that in and let it go. I've got that a little more sped up. And I did the other ones on another one, but I didn't. You don't need to see me laminate. And there they are. And now we're going to cut them out. So I do about 1/4 of an inch around the bottom and the sides. And then I think I did 1 inch. Just making sure I'm not interfering with anything there. Yeah, I think I left 1 inch, or was it 1/2 inch? We'll know in a second. At the top. And it looks like 1/2 inch at the top. And then I just used I have a punch for this, but the punch wasn't liking the plastic very well. So I just trimmed it like that. And I tried to use my round punch on there. It left marks, at least enough to follow to cut with my scissors. Sorry about the blurriness. I'm just trimming the rough edges off from trying to use the round punch. And then we're going to use, is it crocodile? Where you punch the hole for the tag. And then this one I added a star, but the star really bent the plastic, so I didn't do that on the rest of them. I just used round eyelets. And there they are, and I get some ribbon, just some red ribbon that I had, and attach it to them, and then they get added to the packages. So what do you think? It's kind of fun. I think it's fun. I hope you like this video. I hope it inspires you, gives you some ideas. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I hope you have an awesome day.